Hello. I want to talk about something that kind of burns me up a lot, and it's being the most real you, right? Everybody always talks about being authentic, being true to yourself, blah, blah, blah. We've heard all the cliches, right? And it's easier said than done because our mind will play tricks on us. They'll say, well, don't post that thing because Susie down the street is going to talk crap. They will say, don't wear that outfit because it makes my butt look big, whatever. And then you have to ask yourself, well, who is they and why do I care? I did a master class probably a couple weeks back, and it was so funny because I was on a call with a bunch of other amazing ladies, and we were having that discussion. We're all business owners, we're all coaches in our own right. And they're like, but how do I just do the thing, post it, forget about it, and not worry about what anybody thinks, not worry about the algorithm, whatever comments, insert whatever. I'm like, well, I pretty much just run it through my three F's. And they're like, well, what are your three F's? Now, mind you, this is a little bit spicy, but literally my three F's are they financing, feeding me, or you get the idea what the third F might be. And they're like, oh, that's genius. And I have found that when I'm in the middle of a spiral, that will pretty much stop it in its tracks. It's like, wait a minute, why do I care what so and so thinks? They're not signing my paycheck. They're not paying the bills. They're not putting food on the table. And they're not my romantic partner, right? So why am I worried about what they think? Now, it's a quick okay, let's pump the brakes and see what's going on here, right? It's not a cure all. And if you don't fix those underlying issues of what's actually going on in your head, yes, those same questions will return. But I will say, as a quick fix, just to ask yourself those three questions so you can kind of stop, take stock of why you're actually thinking the way you're thinking. And then you can kind of hit the pause button and examine those ideas further. And then, of course, it came up, in my class too. Well, what if the person giving me the grief are responsible for one of those three things? Now, that's a whole other conversation in its entirety and requires a lot deeper work there. But I will say this, and everybody's guilty of it, right? I mean, we all get caught up in what are we doing? How are we saying it? How are we showing up? And what do people think? We're human. It's part of the human experience. And you can't cut that out completely. And I think that there is a lot of shame and guilt that goes around. Like, well, just be you and don't care what other people think. And it's like, yeah, in practice, that sounds great. And I say that too. I tell my kids that all the time. They'll go to school and they're like, Mom, so and so didn't made fun of me for wearing this shirt with cats on. And I'm like, but again, you have to live in reality, and those euphemisms and cliches and all the affirmation and motivational speeches are only going to take you so far until you're actually in the thick of something. Now, getting back to with whether or not that person who is in your bubble that might qualify for one of those three F's, that's a deeper conversation to be had. And quite honestly, not something that I can fix in this YouTube video, but I will say this. I would ask yourself the question, why is that individual in your life if they're not there to support you? And then, of course, the next question is, what is it that is in your past that allows those things to happen? Because those are the crucial questions. Really just taking a moment, breathe, pause, and ask yourself, do these things bother you? And why do these individuals keep showing up in your life? Because I would wager that that individual is not the first person who's entered your life and probably won't be the last. So, yes, it is a kind of funny way that I literally use it just about every day. But it is, just a quick win that you can get. Is it going to fix you? No. Is it going to give you some time to think? Yes. Can it get you to the point where you can think a little bit more clearly about whether you want to put on that outfit, whether you want to make that post, whether you want to go out for that job promotion or have that conversation with somebody who is not in your little bubble? Yes, it absolutely will. So if this was helpful, please let me know. Share this with somebody. And I hope for your sake that the mind drama, the mental gymnastics that we all put ourselves through, particularly as moms, particularly as women, stops with us, because that is my goal, to stop these cycles for the next generation so that our sons and daughters do not end up in this wheelhouse. And of course, what is that saying? All tides rise, all ships. I always get it wrong. But you know what I mean. It's like if we all know better, we do better, right? So continue to go out, be a good human, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care.